Now, for a couple of years, I've been thinking, boy, this free internet money, the crowdfunding is really going to change the world. But boy, the paper today, I saw a news item. It really is changing the world. Listen to this. The people in Ukraine that are fighting the Russian militants on the border there, and the Russians are supporting the militants and fighting the Ukrainians. Well, they're going on crowdfunding now to get money to buy a drone to guard their borders. Right. So it's a people-supported army, It's just incredible. I mean, they were hoping to raise, they'd raise like $160,000 for one of the best Israeli drones that are out there, manufactured by Israelis. And the American drone, which is a little less expensive, $120,000. But they found a way to do it with just $35,000 by just getting support of their people too. Yeah, their expertise. So you don't have to hire them, get the most expensive product even. So they raised this $35,000. So they have their own drone. Now they hope to have like 10 more drones. I mean, these people in the Ukraine are financing their army like this with crowdfunding to finance an army. I mean, that's cool stuff. And that's why it's so important, using this tool and understanding this tool, how you could use it for your neighborhood if you want to start making your own militia or whatever, or just get a better park. This is a way to do it, and to do it end run around the traditional bureaucracy. And you could see hundreds and hundreds of videos I have like this explaining it on my YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/MatthewLesko70. There's all kind of videos there showing you not only for buying drones to protect your country, but money to go to school or fix up your house or travel or business and all kinds of things, or just helping your neighbors. So watch this stuff. Now here's government grants for you and your friends to start a business. I've never seen this kind of money from the government before. It's really for worker cooperatives. This is where everybody in the business owns the business. You know how everybody hates their job? Because there's some fat cat taking all the profits and having all the fun. And the rest of us, just try to make them more money. Well, this is a different kind of organization. This is where every worker in the organization has a part of the business. So they're owners. So they get to help make decisions, to help the profits they share, and everything. So it sounds like a lot more people will be happy working that way than all of us working for some big shot on top, or some investors that are halfway around the country or the world or whatever, because they're trying to squeeze every penny out of a business so they could just collect money and not do much, right? Except give you money. So this way, everybody that's working gets all the money, all the people there. And so what New York City has done is set aside money to create more businesses like that. So it hopes to create next year 28 businesses, new ones, and then plus existing businesses to help like maybe 20 existing businesses that are already operating that way, to grow that kind of business operation. Because I mean, to me it makes sense. Everybody's more happy that way if they're connected with the decision making and the profits. And so that's pretty cool. Now there's an organization to find out more about these kinds of things going on. It's called the U.S. Federation of Worker Cooperatives. It sounds a little socialist, doesn't it? But no, I mean, it's cool stuff. And it's actually great for small businesses. They even have a seminar on how to give your business to your employees. So instead of finding some fat cat to buy your business, you could work out a deal. They have all the things figured out on how to sell your business to your employees. So that's cool too. That's a cool way to do it. And it's actually, they have a story of this bakery out in San Francisco, now near the Golden Gate Bridge. Now it's a great bakery, and the thing is, it's not owned by some faraway investor. Everybody there, actually there are about 20 bakers there. They all make about $24 an hour, which is twice the average wage for bakers in the city, or actually, I guess the national average. everybody gets health insurance, everybody gets paid vacation, and everybody shares in the profits. Yeah, yeah. Well, what a life! That's like something in the movies somewhere, isn't it? But it's happening, and it can happen, and those kind of options are available. And so the organization is called the U.S. Federation of Worker Cooperatives. So find out about that, or find out if your economic development office in your state has any of those, what do they call worker cooperatives? Because they're the places, if maybe they're trying to grow those kind of businesses too, and you can get money. Or go to your business development centers and ask them if they have businesses in the area that are worker cooperatives, because they're the kind of people you probably want to work for, right? People are going to give you a piece of the profits. So get a list of the businesses in your area to see if there are any worker cooperatives there, because they would be fun to work with. So that's the U.S. Federation of Worker Cooperatives. Neat stuff. Okay, now here's a grant every woman in America should know about. It's $50 million from Google to help women make more money than men. That's right. You know how the wage inequality, men versus women, well, they're trying to work on that with this $50 million. And here's why. See, computer science is going to be one of the fastest, highest paying jobs in the next 10 years. That's right. People who know how to code on computers. Yeah? And what's happening is that in that time, there'll be 1 million more jobs available than there are people to fill them. So we're going to have a shortage of people who know how to write code. So they started something called madewithcode.com. Because if you graduate, right now there's only like 4% of the people who, actually 4% of the women who sign up to study computer science in college are women. So only 4% of the women sign up for computer science, right? So it's all guys, so 96% of the guys. So they're trying to get more women, and because there's going to be more jobs. And what's neat about it is that once you graduate, you'll make $15,000 more than the average college person who graduates. So it's a high-paying field. It's a demanding field. We need 1 million more people than we have going into this stuff. So they have this program. You can go to their site. It's called madewithcode.com and start finding programs near you. Actually, what you do is you go to events, and there you put in your zip code, and you'll get a whole list of programs going on, people who are involved. You get maybe low cost classes or free classes or maybe free healthcare for a cough. It's all on that site, and it's neat stuff you're able to do. I mean, just like here, right on the site itself, what you could do is like make a 3D bracelet. So you can make a bracelet. You write code, and the 3D printer prints it out. You can also put lights on it, LEDs on this thing, and things like that. Or here they have videos of young people use this, like this young teenagers who wrote an app, for the phone that helps clean up their neighborhood. Right. See, that's the power we have. Everything's going to be here. I go to my parking meter. I put everything in here. I don't put nickels in the car. Everything's run with an app, so you got to learn how to code this kind of stuff. This other lady here, 20 years old, what she's doing is figuring out how clothing could make you warm when it's cold outside, or cool when it's warm outside, or change color. And all that is done with electronics. And so that's why that's going to be important. That's going to be the growth in our clothing field. So if you're interested in fashion, or here's a young lady, 19 years old, wants to study, know how to do code, because that's how you're going to cure cancer. You have to be able to do that. Or here's another young lady, 17, and she wants to teach robots how to learn from people. Wow, I have no idea what's going on. Well, here's a neat lady who wrote an app and a website called iHollaback, iHollaback.org. And it's really to stop sexual harassment out in public places. You know how those construction workers or somebody out in the street just yell at you or make advances at you? Man, that's rude as hell, right? So now she's wrote an app, and you just take a picture of this person and it goes and blasts to the public that you're an idiot, And see, the power of knowing how to write this code is really where our future is. A lot of it is going to be there. So that's why young people, you imagine if there's 1 million more jobs available in something, then we have people to fill it. So that's why young people, even old people, why not learn at 40? You're going to be 50 in 10 years and the jobs are here. So start learning about that. Tell your young women in your life or whatever about this, and it's go to madewithcode.com. $50 million. Well, here's a website and an app you're going to hear a heck of a lot more about in the next few years. It's a brilliant idea. I don't know about your life, but my life is crowded with junk that I've accumulated over the years, and I don't really use hardly any of it. Besides the old question mark suits in my closet, I got stuff in the garage, in the basement. I'm not using it all. And now this is a site where you could really give it away, but you get money for giving it away. Actually, it's a place where you get credits. If you put it on their site and then you get credits, and actually just for joining the site, you get 250 credits or whatever. So then you can go on the site and buy things. I mean, I saw neat, like motorcycle helmets, and that's what I'm doing. Backpacks, bicycles or anything. So why are we all buying this stuff? And buying more stuff in the world and accumulate this stuff and stuff where we don't use that often. And the guy up the street has a bicycle probably never used for the rest of his life. And if you only knew about it, and that's what this website is. It's a place where everybody can give stuff away for free and get stuff for free, and it's a great international exchange like that, and it's going to reduce the landfills. Man, if we keep consuming like the way we're consuming now, I mean, the experts say that we're going to need 2 or 3 more planets just to figure out where to put all the junk we got. So we really all have more junk than we really need, and so where a lot of people will go to eBay and places like that, to try to make money. Well, here's a way you could go and you get it for free, or you give away for free, and things like that. I mean, it's a great idea. And the guy who started this, actually, he was in charge of helping Walmart get more green and things like this, and he's been in this kind of related kind of work for a long time, and now it's all on the app. And that's what happens when you get things organized on the web. It becomes very easy. The management, I don't have to go knocking on all the doors on the street, reading newspaper ads to find this stuff. No, it's operated very easily, and that's the beauty of the web. It organizes and doesn't take a lot of people in the middle to organize it, so they don't have to have a lot of money to do all this stuff. And it's just a wonderful thing. It's called Yerdle. What a name. I don't know where the name come from. I should have asked him, but Yerdle. But watch this. I show you a lot of products. Our sample product. It looks like home shopping. I mean, great jewelry and clothes and things like that. And actually, people, I know, Patagonia, that outfitter, they're even getting rid of their used clothing and things like that to show you how good their stuff is. It lasts forever. So they'll even take your old clothes and get it back to you for free or a low price or whatever. So this is what we're doing. We're not going to the mall every day and just buying new things at a whim. We can't afford it. There's no place to put it, and it's junk anyway. So watch this. Well, Andy Warback of Yerdle.
Adam.
Pardon me?
Adam.
Okay, why did I say Andy? I saw an A, I guess. Adam Warback. Well, Adam, I understand that when you were a kid, you bought one of my books. Now I see what you're doing, and as soon as we get the interview, man, I'm going to buy one of yours on the website. Because you're handing out free stuff too, just like I have been.
Matthew, you taught me from a very early age that free is the best price for anything, and we should have more free things.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, absolutely.
But you guys, I mean, this is a whole new generation, a new technology that you're dealing with. Not an old fart like me, still trying to sell reference books, which nobody's going to buy anymore. You're on the free point, but it's really an exchange of used stuff. So, I mean, and one of your partners is a Walmart guy. I mean, isn't he afraid about Walmart going out of business when he gets involved in this?
So yeah, I've launched an app and a website called Yerdle, Yerdle, got a funny name, with the idea of being a store where you give and get things for
Yeah.
free. So you can come online, you can download the app at the App Store, you can go to our website, and you can find things that people have put up that they're willing to give away. And it's pretty amazing. We all have a lot of stuff. I mean, think about those closets, your garages, all the things that you bought over the past,
man.
10 years, all the things you bought at Walmart. Now
Yeah.
they're just sitting there. And you can turn
Right.
those into really good stuff by posting things on Yerdle.
Well, as opposed to eBay or stuff like that, where you put it on hoping to sell, here you're putting on, you're really like trading. So you put it on, you get credits for putting it on your site, right? So that's like funny money, right? But
Yeah,
you could use those credit man to buy other people's stuff. And so you're not creating a whole bunch to the landfill either, besides getting good deals.
Oh, that's absolutely right. So everyone who joins gets 250 credits. It's a welcome gift. Come in and pick some things out you want. You could buy one thing, you could buy 5 things. And the type of things you'll see are snowboards and kitchen blenders and blouses and pants and Patagonia jackets, all sorts of wonderful things that people are trying to put out there and say, look, I'm not using this anymore, so get this out of my closet, get it being used, it's being wasted right now.
Yeah, no, I got a bunch of even old question mark suits I think I'll put on there. See if and then I can get new credits from them to get new golf clubs, that I don't have or something.
It works best generally with things that kind of fit in the medium box because there's really cheap and easy shipping on it, or you can just post something that you can pick up locally by you.
Yeah.
But the question that we're trying to ask is, why should we actually have to buy everything that we need? If I need a bicycle for my kid, and there's one my neighbor has down the street, why am I going to the store and buying a new one? Shouldn't I know that neighbor has one? And then with those credits that neighbor earns, maybe she wants to buy something from me, or maybe she wants to buy something from someone in New Hampshire. We just have to put this information together and use technology to connect all the free things in the universe together so people can get them.
No, it's genius and it's so useful and money saving. That's the main thing to motivate me. I mean, I can get stuff that I don't have to go out. I mean, as you say, a tricycle for your kid or something. Or actually, even me, I do a lot of videos and I need props. I mean, I bought one of those little tricycles, right? And I could have got on your site and got one for probably 100 credits or something. And you're giving me 250, even if I don't put anything on the site, which is terrific, man. So you're giving away free money too, because I don't have to do anything.
Well, this is the great thing about currency. People have learned for a long time that you can make up your own money, and there's no reason that we should only have to use government money to buy things.
Right.
It just makes a lot of sense that we can find ways to trade. People have done this historically. We can actually share our resources instead of always being in the place where we have to go to a store and buy new things.
Right. No, I think it's crazy, and that's why I have a feel. I haven't watched data on it, but nothing's new in the mall. All that junk, and the neat stuff is really, in the used stuff people have. I mean, that to me where you find the real neat stuff. I mean, I go in and use clothing shops all the time to find neat stuff I can't find anywhere else. So you're for everything. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's right now. We spend so much of both our financial resources. We work so hard to earn money that we end up spending on stuff that.
So in other words, if I want to go camping, I can go on Yerdle and find something that I don't have to spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars on to be set up to go camping, and it could be the guy down the street who has it and doesn't need it anymore.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there have been hundreds of backpacks moved on Yerdle, hundreds of. There's been tents, there's been sweaters, there's been jackets, camp stoves, things that you would need to go camping, and things that other people maybe aren't using that are in their garage. I mean, think about what things that you have in your garage that you haven't used in over a year. All of those things you should be giving away because there's no reason that you should be holding on to them. If you actually let them go, get credits and get things you need right now, then when you need that thing next, you'll get it there. Yeah. There's no reason that you sit and wait.
It makes incredible sense. It looks like where the future's going, and if people don't jump on this now, they're going to be the last one on this boat because it looks like that's where we're going. We have all these other problems that this will solve, whether it's energy and space and the value of space, so we don't clutter it up. I think I need a 2-bedroom house, but I don't if I get rid of the junk I have in here and all that. So, and your work has been over the years saving the world, right? So now you're doing it with greed because people get things free.
Yeah, I mean, there's a self-interest into it for people who are trying to get things that they need and
Yeah.
to solve their needs that way. But there's something broader we're doing. You know, humans use 60 billion tons of natural resources every year just to support our lifestyle.
Yeah.
And the truth is that if we keep on growing as we do, we would need 3 planets to support ourselves. So instead of that, I think what we can do is figure out a way to work together and to share things. And, you know, hey, if they're free and it's in everyone's interest, it all works the better.
You bet. No, and it makes sense, and we're going to be there. And Adam, I think you're on the forefront. You're dragging us, whether we want to or not. And now it makes financial sense to do it. So we go to Yerdle, YERDLE.com, right? And you get, and it really works best on an app, doesn't it? Right?
Yeah.
Because you can find it. Well, and also maybe in disclosure, I mean, there's a little like shipping fee or something like $4 or something like that.
Yeah, we have a great negotiation on our shipping fee. So it's $2, $3, or $4 to ship anywhere in the United States.
Wow.
It works super easy, and you can get great things for free.
Right, or for the price of a cup of coffee.
That's right.
Thank you so much, Adam.
Thanks. It was great to meet you, Matthew. You're a big inspiration.
Boy, don't you hate it when your cell phone runs out of juice? You know, you're away from home, or you're in the car away from a plug or whatever. Man, here's a young fellow who solved that problem for us. Actually, he invented a wallet that recharges your cell phone. That's right. You get 4 or 5 charges out of one wallet. Actually, it's a flat little recharger that's inside of a wallet, and it's very thin, and it's a wallet that you put in any pocket and things like that. But it means that you're also hanging around with a recharger for your cell phone, and you're never forgetting your wallet, just like we don't forget our cell phones. So he solved that problem. And what's interesting about him, he's still in college. Man, he started this business in his dorm room, and he's out on Kickstarter now. And actually, this is his second crowdfunding opportunity. He invented a glove he was working on. Actually, what he did for raising money in college before was dancing in the streets. He was like a hip-hop dancer, a break dancer, in the streets and making money to help spending money in college. And so now he's starting this other business, right out of the internet, out of his dorm room. This is what's available in our country now, or any country, because the internet is ubiquitous. It's all over, and it's not only America that's taking advantage of. We're a little behind the curve, actually, on some of these opportunities. So here's this college student. This is his second, product on crowdfunding. The first time he got $50,000. I don't know what he's still doing in school. Maybe he's got college loans to pay back. And this is how he's getting it. So his second product now, he just started. He's got $12,000 already. But it's a cool product, and listen to him how he did it. He didn't need money. He didn't need investors. He didn't need all this nonsense. Man, he just needed his brain, and this computer, to make this happen for him. And he'll be making more money, by the time he graduates than he will probably a normal kid 10 years from now. So watch. Well, Patrick Lum, man, people don't realize, but we spoke before, I mean, the last winter you had an amazing product you invented, were gloves you could use with your iPhone. And you went on Kickstarter and fundraised like $50,000, $60,000, and you're still in college. And I guess you're debating what the heck to do now, because you have another terrific product. I mean, I could use it. Everybody could use it. It's a wallet that recharges your phone, and it looks like you're going gangbusters on this. You made your quota in about a week, and it's just phenomenal. But I can't imagine what made you think of going to wallets now after gloves I could see, but rechargeable wallets. Where did that come from?
Thanks, Matthew. That's a great question. At first glance, the gloves and the wallets are somewhat related, and they're both leather products. But we decided that our phones and our devices, they're really only as good as their battery lives.
Yes.
So and my phone kept dying, and we decided that we should do something about this. But something that was so integrated into your life, you'd barely notice it. Here's my phone. It's a little iPhone, and here's the wallet together. And so what we decided to do was basically build a, inside a regular wallet.
I see.
This is our prototype here.
Right.
We decided to build, a battery. A
I
source
see.
of
So
power.
there's a flat little battery in that wallet that people can't tell. I see. Right. Huh. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, just looks like your regular wallet.
Right.
But your phone can.
Wow. Wow. And we were talking before we went on, what is a great idea with this is that you have now battery to help a friend, because if you're smart enough not to recharge your battery, I know I'm always with somebody, particularly my wife, don't let her hear that, that runs out of battery, and I told you, because I bring an extra. So now I will have my extra one in my wallet, and when my wife needs one, I can come to the rescue again. Yeah. So you're going to make heroes out of all of us, because you're right. You're only as good as your battery, and everything in the world's revolving around your phone. And if you don't have a battery, man, you might as well be dead, along with your battery. You got a big responsibility on your back now, keeping people alive. But it's so true. I mean, until we figure out this battery stuff, and how to make unlimited batteries, which will, I don't know, I'll live long enough, you may, but I may not. And so things like this are so important in our day-to-day life. I mean, it is having a spare tire. We wouldn't leave the house without it, So we really need somewhere convenient to put that battery. Wow. And what's neat, I think about this is that you already had something, that was successful, and God, within a year, you brought another product out that looks just as successful, and it's really, you're building a career for yourself now, aren't you?
Well, yeah, I mean, I really, I have all these ideas. The team and I have these ideas.
Right.
We desperately want to get them out somehow, and we started our our business career as street dancers, just dancing on the street for change. The reason we did that is because the crowd could really give us feedback immediately.
I see.
People could tell us whether or not they liked our product just with a vote of 5 cents, 25 cents.
Wow.
And so it's a few years later, and we love that crowdfunding has become this phenomenon where you can create basically your dream product, your dream idea, put it online, and get those same votes.
So just it took almost the same kind of energy to go out in the street and dance and get crowdfunding.
Yeah, it's a similar
same
feeling,
concept.
I think, we're really at home there. So.
Wow. And so now on the internet, it could be more sophisticated products to go on, and you get immediate reaction or not, and know what to do and how to change it and how to make it better, without hiring a market research team or any of that kind of bullshit.
Right. Well, that's I get messages every day now saying, please do this to the wallet. It would be great if it had this.
I see.
We're just it's so collaborative, and I mean, it's a great space for anyone who has creative ideas looking to kind of.
Now, do you ever think of, like, maybe on your own website now, have something set up that accepts that too once your crowdfunding is over? That's what, because I guess people will do it, that's what customer service is supposed to do, but I don't know if they do. I mean, maybe because they're involved in the beginning of the process. You haven't manufactured yet, right? So people feel more involved and can communicate better at that point and maybe influence the product. By the time it's out and you're selling, they can't influence it anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So they can do it.
Yeah, our backers have already changed the product.
Wow, no kidding. Wow. So after all that hard work, you still didn't think of everything. God damn it, you better stay in school for 2 more years.
That's what it means. But yeah, they're most definitely the wisdom of the collective.
Right.
will obviously get some of my oversights. I think it's great.
Oh, we all are. None of it. We all need help. We're all guessing. We're all struggling. We all have no idea what, and we're all scared as hell. The problem is nobody admits it. And that's what this is. I think on your Kickstarter site when you go on. By the way, it's easier instead of going to Kickstarter to go to Aeon, AEON Attire, ATTIRE.com. Aeon Attire, AEON Attire.com, and then you could tell Patrick what the hell he's doing wrong. Tell him what to do. You want a Dayglow wallet or whatever because you're losing it or whatever. No, I mean, people are ingenious, and we're all just not smart enough, to do everything alone, it seems. And that's what's so neat, I think, about the internet. It's just changing and democratizing everything. It's making, I think, entrepreneurs out of the middle class like you. I mean, 10 years ago, you had to be a rich kid to start a business, right?
Well, even, on Kickstarter and Indiegogo and other crowdfunding platforms, people who would not ordinarily be doing this, I saw, some children and their parents putting out products, stay-at-home parents putting out products.
Wow.
Just young, old, traditional factories that work leather. Like it just opens it up wide. And it's how it should be. So.
Well, I mean, that's just how we started. We were all craftsmen, I guess in Canada the same way. You guys started like we did. In the first industrial society, weren't big corporations. They're little craftsmen making stuff, And now we're getting back to that because we got a way of funding it. And you're showing us. And you're learning that and you're still in school. You don't have to go out and fall on your butt 100 times to figure it out. You figured it out already.
We still have a lot to learn, but it's coming. Yeah.
I'm 71 and I feel the same way, and that's the fun part of life. If you knew it all, it'd be boring as hell. You'd never wake up. So wonderful, Patrick. So people want to get this, and actually your gloves are still around too. So if you go on Aeon Attire, AEON Attire.com, find the gloves. You get on the first wallet with a recharger system for your iPhone, and watch all the other products coming out for you and your buddies that will probably never finish school because you'll take so much time going to the bank with all this money. So well, thank you so much, Patrick. Fun to see you again, and keep doing what you're doing. You're fun to be around.
Thank you so much, Matthew.
All right, take care.
Bye.
Well, this next video will tell you what's really cool about the internet. Here's a guy actually who taught camping and hiking and stuff like that at a university. That's right, we actually have programs at university level that teach people about how to be living in the outdoors and stuff like that. Well, some of the researchers in another part of the university developed something like on a treadmill or whatever to generate electricity, because he, as a camper and an outdoors guy, was saying, okay, if you're out in the outdoors and you have no sun power for solar to recharge your battery, how do you do it? So these people had an idea of walking to recharge your cell phone. But the problem is the device they had was 40 pounds. So you're not going to carry around with that. So he made them tinker around with it till it got down to 2 pounds that you could put in a knapsack. And now you have this little gizmo in your knapsack. When you're walking, 5 minutes of walking gives you 15 minutes of talk time. Now, isn't that incredible? But it's more than that. I mean, I live in a rich suburb in Washington, D.C., and we run out of electricity sometimes for days. So instead of, getting this loud generator or whatever to recharge my cell phone, man, I can just take a walk up the street and back and recharge my cell phone. I mean, the people in Afghanistan have military applications for this. I mean, they're walking all the time and they're using batteries for everything nowadays. So it's just, an incredible product to have for the world. Or how about people in third world countries? I mean, they have cell phones. They don't have electricity yet, but they have cell phones, and they have to, recharge these cell phones. Sometimes a guy drives around in a truck full of batteries that comes to the village and recharge them. So now this little gizmo, they're walking all the time, and they could recharge a cell phone and stay connected to the world. So what an idea, And now he's crowdfunding on the internet to get the money to go into production. He doesn't have to go through some big company to look for money, or fat cats who want to make $1 zillion and have no interest in anybody else who can't afford $1 million for this stuff. So it's fun. It's fun, and that's what's happening in the world now, is changing all the rules of the game. So watch this guy, how he did it. Learn how to do this so you can do it too, and bring your ideas out there for the rest of us. Watch. Well, Bill Ostrom of Go Kid Packs, man, you're going to save the world and not only give us free energy, but you're going to make us healthier by walking. You got this device that if you walk, man, you're going to recharge any battery you have to keep going in life, aren't you?
Yes, you are. Or you can talk longer on your cell phone.
That's what I mean. Yeah, I mean, everything. We run on all this electronic nonsense. Yeah. And the batteries are the things that are stopping us, killing us.
Yeah, it is. Although you're going to see in the next year a big change in batteries.
Really?
For the positive, yeah.
So now I won't have to walk as far to recharge my battery.
Well, the unfortunate part is you're going to want to use it more for more battery-orientated things. So
I see.
More apps.
So you have a little device, really, that it puts in your knapsack. You hook it to the back of your heels. Is that a strap or something you put on your heel?
It's a retractable cord. So if you unhook it from your shoe or your ankle bracelet, it just automatically goes back to the pack.
It goes back up. And as you walk, that's generating power. And you say, like, in 5 minutes of walking, I could charge my phone for like 10, 15, 20 minutes of talk time. Huh?
Yeah.
Wow. That's phenomenal.
And add in the solar panel, and you can go even further.
Oh, you're going to do a solar panel now on this thing.
We are.
Right? So, rain or shine, you're going to be like the U.S. Post Office, right?
That's exactly it.
Rain or shine, you'll deliver the information because you'll have your battery. But that's, I mean, not only, people who want to, are outdoorsmen and stuff like this, but I see it, a great thing to have for traveling around the world. We're all world travelers nowadays, and we never know what kind of country that we plug something in is going to blow up our phone. Or
yeah, and the other big thing for us in Canada, and certainly you in the States, is disaster relief. You and I go to an area and we volunteer our time, and we stay in a hotel that has no power because there's nothing in the area, and you want to talk to your family, or you want to communicate, you want to do what you do with the media. Well, and where are you going to get power? That's
a must. Yeah, that's a must. Well, I mean, it's not only for places like Louisiana that have hurricanes all the time. And where I live in a suburb of Washington, D.C., man, we go without power sometimes for days.
Yeah.
And we're a rich suburb, man. We're like a third world country. And you're right. I can charge my cell phone. Well, now all I have to do is take a walk around the block because I run every day.
Yeah.
And I'm covered.
There you go.
God, that's amazing. And so right now, too, I mean, you got this device for less than $250 on your Kickstarter campaign, and people should get it now, because once you get out of campaign and retail and all those people get their hands in the pie, you're going to have to charge more. So this is really a good time to get it. But, I mean, I could see it, and I'm sure you have a military, it'd be a wonderful thing, not carrying around all these batteries, and they're moving all the time.
Yeah, the average right now in Afghanistan, if you're outside of the compound, the average soldier is using 20 to 30 AA batteries a day.
Wow!
For communication, for weaponry, for navigation.
Wow.
And they have different batteries than AA's, but power, the amount we rely on power now is extensive.
So Duracell and Everready are really after you, aren't they?
They are, yeah. That Energizer bunny is.
Yeah. You got your own. We're all Energizer bunnies. We don't need the Energizer bunny anymore. We're ourselves. Be the Energizer.
Yeah, use yourself. Yeah,
exactly. We're the bunnies. And that's terrific because that's really self-reliance. We don't have to rely. You can be off the grid and use your laptop and your phone and lights and everything just by walking around.
Yeah.
And that will lose weight too. I mean, at least
Well, that's my objective.
Well, I thought Canada didn't have as much of a weight problem as we did. Down here.
Well, I maybe I'm the exception then.
I see. You're the outlier up in Canada.
A bad knee for a year is really piled it on. But you're right. Why not take some power off the grid and use walking? It's just fun and it's good exercise, and you're getting power out of it. So in more ways than one.
But more so in a busy day. Like I just realized the other day I was on my phone for just an exceptional long time. So I'm out down on the Washington Mall, and I'm out of juice. I don't have another battery. So I mean, this thing, and your pack is only like 2-3 pounds or whatever. So I mean, if I had that in my little fanny pack or whatever, and I just hook it on, and I'm walking along and I'm recharging.
Yeah, and where are you going to plug in if you're in a situation like that? Even if you could find a plug, you have to stay there.
So every family really needs one of these for vacation, at least, no matter where the heck they are. Not in the woods, but just down on the mall. Yeah. Wow. So what made you do this? I mean, how'd you get into want to save the world with energy?
Well, I've always been pretty passionate about the environment with packs and getting out to the outdoors. So, I mean, it started with a phone call. Hey, we have this idea in the university setting, and they said, we'd like to talk to you because we've done business with you. And when I saw it, it weighed 40 pounds. It was massive.
I said, that was an exercise program.
I like the concept. And then they worked it down to 20 pounds and then down to 3 pounds. And when it got down to 3 pounds, I said, we've got something. You guys have done great work. And basically, that was Queen's University, and we took it out of the university setting, and now we're bringing it to market. So,
but 40 pounds to 3 pounds, I mean, that sounds impossible. Yeah,
but it proved the concept that walking generated power, and they just needed to refine it, and they worked hard over 2 years to get it down to that weight. So,
I mean, was there a technological breakthrough?
Well, I think it was looking at problems in a different way. It was saying, well, we can't plug in, and solar is a great concept, and it works really well when it's sunny. Right. So what happens if it isn't sunny? And the demand for electronics has gone through the roof. And the professor, his name is Ching-Hua Lee. He's Canadian, and he basically said, well, I have a different way of looking at it, and that's what brought the idea out. And it was research, right? That's what the university system does, and they put it, in this case, they put it to really good use for something that can be used in an everyday way.
Right, But what amazes me, though, too, is that you would think like 10, 15, 20 years ago, whatever, we both were in business for a while, if you had an idea like that, you would have to go to one of the big companies in the country, right? And be on their doorstep forever and hoping and maybes and getting
and I'm the opposite of a big company, Matthew.
Exactly. And now with just you see it, a spark lights up in your mind, and you go on the internet and say, hey, I can raise money this way, and in another few weeks this thing is going to be in people's ankles or whatever, creating energy. I mean, it's just amazing what our country has become, or our countries, or the world.
Well, we're neighbors.
Yeah. But even the technology or the process is ubiquitous. I mean, everyone's using it.
Yeah, and you're right. But it's a bit alarming at how simple when you get down to it. I mean, the electronics and everything is complicated. And the whole concept, putting it all together, is complicated. But now I'm looking at it, and I'm not a mechanical engineer. Now I'm understanding it, and now I'm seeing how it works, and it's like, this is great. It's simplicity at its best, and with the elements of adding in the modern technology. But it's for a simple purpose. Go for a walk, generate electricity. We don't need nuclear, we don't need coal-fired, we don't need wind. Although wind and solar are my favorites too. So.
But I mean, more important, you're solving a problem, and a problem that really needs to be paid attention to, and for not only in our country but all over the world. I mean, you just have something. I feel you found a passion you could just work like hell at till you die because we need it. And
Well, thank you.
The world needs it, and thank God you're there for putting this thing together and trying to educate us that, well, you don't have to plug that in. Just use your legs.
Yeah, it's an alternative, that's for sure.
Well, thank you so much, Bill. And so to get it, you go to GoKinPacks, GoKinPacks.com, right? And get the deal while it's still on Kickstarter, because after that, man, you're going to pay more, right?
Thank you, Matthew.
You bet. Thank you. Take care. Well, whether you like it or not, sooner or later, and it's going to be a lot sooner, everything in your household is going to be connected to the internet. It's going to make life much easier and more fun and everything like that. And we're here now, and in a few more years, more and more things are going to be connected to the internet. Whether it's your doorbell or your lock on your doors or your security system, but also like your lights. And these guys that I just interviewed, watch this interview, you see how you could use the internet and what they call the Internet of Things, where more and more things are connected to the internet. They have a little gizmo for like $100 that you'll start learning how the Internet of Things work. This works where you could put in special light bulbs in your, in your outlets or whatever, that they're connected to the internet, and then when you play music, they flash different colors to the according to the music, and you could set on your phone how you want those lights to work, or what colors and all kinds of things. Or you could have the lights flash for certain people that call you, like your mother-in-law calls you, so that's going to be a red light flashing, and you know that your mother-in-law is calling. I mean, all those things. A lot of it sounds silly nowadays, but it is. There's going to be more and more applications. You could use that for serious stuff. I mean, now it's a way to understand what's happening by doing entertainment kind of thing. So you have a party, man, you're going to have a rockin' party because those lights will be singing along with all the music and create an atmosphere like it'd be like a nightclub right in your own house. And that's why a lot of young people are interested in that. That's why the young people now that are studying all these kinds of things to do it, that's what they see the applications for, because that's what they like doing, partying and dancing and things like that. But we're going to find more applications as these people get older, or new people, whatever. But to me, it's start learning how to use it. Start understanding how important this can be in our life. And it's here now. I mean, 5 years from now is a long time. And a lot of things are going to be there and available to you. Just think of 5 years ago, 10 years ago, hardly anything was on the internet like it is now. Now people are going out of business because of the internet. Look at the newspaper businesses are gone, magazines are gone, and everything like that. Me, I publish directories, they're gone. I can't do that anymore. So that's why this internet is changing so much. It's going to be jobs, but now how we live in our house. So that's why I start looking at these kinds of, you may think of as gizmos and gadgets and not important, but they're fun right now, and they're going to be more and more important every day. So watch this. Okay, well, Michael Chen with Bell Heads. And Michael, you were just explaining to me, Bell Heads is really because of Alexander Bell and Thomas Edison, right? And you put it together because you got lighting like nobody's seen, you got music like nobody's seen, and all in one little app. And a little, like a thing you could hook up to your Wi-Fi, and man, you make your whole house sing. You make it colorful. See, I like color. I'm wearing black and white today.
Yeah.
But I dress in orange. I dress in yellow. I have yellow cars with question mark, everything. So you're an answer to my dreams, and you're gonna make the world colorful, right?
Yes, and everything is under your control.
Yeah, and you control your life. I mean, that's what's so neat you're doing. I mean, you get this little app for your phone, right?
Yes.
And you put in a light bulb, and then you turn on the music, and that light bulb's turning colors. You have a party like nobody's seen before. Right?
Yes. So it basically is like light show at your home. You don't
Yeah.
even need to go to the theater or some other places, right? You can enjoy life.
Absolutely, and special. And that's what seems to me is to make your life special. I mean, it's so easy in our country because we all, I mean, most of us, I mean, we all struggle, but in a different way. And it's hard to make your life exciting, And the same way I wear colorful suits and stuff like that is trying to put excitement in my life. Because if you don't do it, nobody else is going to do it, right?
Yes.
So you can now change every room in your house to an exciting room.
Exactly.
Yeah, and you control it just on your phone.
And not just control. Actually, you can create something new and then share with your friends.
What do you mean share? How do you share? You invite them over the house or what?
You can do that physically, but you can also share it on the internet, right?
What do you mean?
Because everything is in your iPhone. So you have set up your home, and then you can press one button to share on Facebook, to your friends on Facebook or somewhere, Twitter, like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so what? Then it works on their. They have
And
to
then,
have.
yeah, at their home, they can play the same
I
light
see.
show with music in their home.
I see. So in other words, you say you put on your favorite music, and then you design a light show around your favorite music, and they say, hey, you gotta see this, and you use this. And what's amazing is, I mean, this is like $100, and you're all set up, aren't you?
Exactly.
And that's what's amazing. And people should do it now while you're fundraising, because who knows later, this is going to be a lot more expensive, right?
Yes.
Probably, when all those middlemen get in there and things like this. So now you're going direct. So how did this come out of this brain of yours? Yeah.
So basically, because when we were at MIT, and we always have some lighting party or light party.
I see.
And then it's really hard to develop a light show. You have to pre-program everything. And so we think we need to develop something for people to generate or to design something, the light show, very easily. Right?
I see. So this is, in other words, you were able to do that, just to develop it, right? But now, so it's easy. You plug in your speakers, you put in the light bulb, you turn on the lamp app, and
everything is all set.
And it just goes with the music, man. It's listening to the music, right? And then if you want to change a little, now put red here. You want to start being a designer, you could do that, right? And create your own light show. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So you could have effects where it's dark, and then all of a sudden it screams with light and music at the same time, right? Wow. So you're bringing fun to life. So Chinese people really have fun, don't they? Huh?
Yes, we do. I do organize a lot of parties at my home.
I see.
Invite people. That's the motivation or passion for this.
I see.
Yeah, for this queue, we call it, the system is called the queue. Yeah. So people can queue the playlist to their system.
Queue, right.
And
now you said that this is also integrates with other platforms that are out there for free that you could hook up. Like you could be outside your home and send an email and turn the lights on.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's open source. And so everything can connect or to integrate, can be integrated in our queue system by our connected to our queue router or queue station.
Right. Wow.
So for
there's a
phone
lot of
call,
open source. Well, then see, to me, this is sort of a wonderful way to spend $100 to learning what the Internet of Things is all about.
Yeah, exactly. Here is an interesting thing. Okay. People do not want to focus on their phone every single minute, right? So they would like to, maybe, for example, you may want to cook for your family.
I see,
But you have important call maybe coming.
Oh.
So how can you deal with that?
I see.
Will you check your phone call every single minute or every single seconds even? No, you don't. You can just set up. Whenever there is phone call coming, the light can blink.
I
right?
see.
That's the thing.
I see. Wonderful. So if my mother calls, I better know for sure, right? And get everybody out of the house.
And you can change define the color. If for example, your mom call or your good friend calling,
Yeah.
so the light can blink to the blue color, let's say.
Right.
And if someone else you don't want to answer phone, maybe it no blink. Okay.
Oh, that's just wonderful. I mean, it's wonderful. But mostly, I mean, you're showing us, I think, people who are not as tuned into technology, how things will operate more and more in the future. I mean, you're showing us how, I mean, you're saying that we could put a little sensor on the dog, and if they go too far away, the lights are going to change and everything. See, the average American doesn't realize that that's all possible right now, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. That's all possible because so many Internet of startups or companies doing Internet of Things.
Right.
And our system can be integrated in their system, or their system can be integrated in our system. Same thing. For example, wearables. Yeah, so you can just put wearables to your doggy at home, right? And so you can track their motion, and that data is connected to our Q station. And so there's some signaling, lighting.
Yeah. See, and that's why I think why your product is so important, because for a very reasonable cost, people can start getting used to using this technology and how important. See, if you never use something, you can't imagine how it can be used. So if you use something like this for entertainment, hey, you know, I could do this to save something or the world or whatever. It starts expanding your mind. Yeah, this is better than going to MIT because you're going to do it for $100, or maybe I'll go to a MOOC.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, that's just wonderful, Michael. I'm so glad you guys have thought of this and to teach the rest of us about how to really take advantage of this technology to have fun, but also to start doing important things.
And something we even cannot imagine at this stage.
Yeah.
I believe our customers or developers can create some more amazing things.
Yeah. There'll be more, just like there's, you know, we had one sweater in the department store at one time. Now we have 5 million sweaters. So it's going to be like this, you know, just like sweaters. So to find out about it and get in on the ground floor, you know, before these go retail, you know, and cost a lot, it's Belleds, BELLEDS .com. And that will take you to the Kickstarter campaign. At least watch the video. You'll see the power of this thing. Yeah, and that's important.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Michael. And,
thank you so much.
Renshini Hengaoxing.
Same here.
See, he doesn't even speak Chinese Mandarin back to me. Okay. 再见.
Thank you.
Right.
Yes.